Hello everybody, we are back here once more at UKG 2024. This time I've stopped off at the Czech Games Edition with Eleni because we spotted this fantastic looking board setup for SETI, and I was told in no small part that this is expected to be one of the standout games of the year. So do you want to tell us what it is about? It's obviously an interesting looking setup and not your sort of usual fare. So what is SETI?
Yes, so SETI is our upcoming game of space exploration and resource management. The designer of the game, Tomáš Holík, is like a space nerd and an astronomy enthusiast. So most of the things in the game are based on real projects and technologies. Is more towards simulation, let's say, and less towards science fiction. So in the game, you're playing as competing space agencies. And you want to, in the first part of the game, you want to improve your technology. So it has this element of engine building. So you're going to try to get new technologies to launch your probes with richer actions, to being able to look through your telescope and get distant signals. And you're going to be loading your computer with super data, and eventually you're going to be revealing a new life form. You have enough data to do that. So at some point in the game, you're going to be unlocking this, which adds new ways of playing your actions, new ways to score points, and they're very different from one another. So in the box you have 5 of them. But in the game there are only 2, and you don't know which ones it's going to be. And the heart of the game basically is the rotating solar system, in which you're launching your probes and sending your signals. So it's very important in the game because this is rotating depending on what the players do, and basically through the passage of time. This is going to be spinning. Depending on where you are exactly on this, or the whole of it is going to be spinning, so this is not supposed to be there. So it's very important to find the optimal launch window to do certain things. And in the game we have multi-use cards, so I can show you. For example, here you can use a card for its action, or you can discard it to get some extra signals or extra movements through space, or you can use it as a new income. So there's many different ways of using your cards, and basically it's in the heart of it. It's a resource management game, but you have to adapt a lot to what other players are doing. So you have to be tactical about this part, where the planets are moving, and you have to adapt your strategies according also to the new information, the new data you have about the new alien forms. Yeah.
I notice it's 1 to 4 players. How does a solo mode work in this?
I'm not sure I know about the solo. Do you know about the solo? I think it's in development, so I personally don't know. But we usually develop our games until they're released, so I wouldn't be able to tell you much anyways. But yeah, there is going to be a solo mode as far as I know, and it's from 1 to 4 players. It's around 40 minutes per player in terms of the length. Yeah, and that's all about SETI.
Is it going to be on your stand for people to come along and have a look at?
Yes, you can definitely come and play. We have demo tables with SETI. We're going to be very happy to get more people to play this gorgeous game. And this is going to be an Essen release.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too far away then. I do see another little game here as well, and I'm down to find out about this also. So I'm going to torment you, which will teach you for being there in my line of sight. So you are?
I am Paya.
And what is this? Because SETI is an extravagant looking board with lots of moving parts. This looks like it's at the extreme other end as far as actual setup and play goes.
Yes, this is very different because it is actually a family-oriented game that you can play with your kids of ages 7+. And so basically, as you play as kids that discovered in the attic their grandparents' old alchemy wares. And they're starting playing with it, and they're starting mixing some potions. So this game is about potion making and about learning deduction. So basically, you start off really easy by mixing potions, and as you progress, the game adds like more layers, more components, because it actually has 7 boxes. They're sealed in the box, and you are opening them one by one, adding more complexity also to the game. The game also has a companion app, and you start off by, as I mentioned, mixing the ingredients. So this way, scan. Sorry, you would scan the ingredients, click confirm, and you see that you can make with these 2 ingredients a green potion. So you would mark it in the grid here. So that will be here. And as soon as you would feel confident enough, you could actually come up with theories about each ingredient. So right now I could write a theory about, for example, the frog. And I already know that the frog can make the green potion. So it is or either this or this option. So let's try it. Let's go for this one. And I see that it's right. So if it's right, I take the frog and I mark it here. So everybody knows that the frog can make these 2 potions, while this part is hidden behind your screen. So these are like the basics of the game, and later when you are unlocking more boxes, you have more components that add, for example, a new ingredient, or I can show you, but we don't want it on the camera really, so we don't spoil too much. And you can I'm sorry. You can come up like with there are more complex ways to come up with theories. There are, for example, some companions that you can get some bonuses from, and so on.
So when people are playing then, if I have my board hidden from you and you are doing the same likewise, do we both run the app then ourselves to work out what we think is going into the potions, or does one person sort of control the app?
So you can either each have your own, or you can, usually we play that we have it on one phone or tablet, and yes, and you are like passing it one from another, and that's like how you play.
So is this going to be over at the stand as well for people to play test then?
Yes, we have it over at our stand. It is, of course, still a prototype because we are releasing it hopefully at Gen Con this year. So that's August, Q3 this year. And yeah, so the visuals can still change a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. And if people want to come and see you here at the Expo, do you know what stand number you are in?
We are in Hall 2, and it's stand 538, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Which I hope.
It's well worth checking out. 2 very different games, 2 interesting concepts. The catalogue for the Czech Games Edition is absolutely insane. If you're after any game of any genre and skill level, you'll find things for kids all the way up to really top-notch strategy games as well. So have a wee look for that online as well. If you're here at the Expo, join them, make some potions, find some extra terrestrial life. We're going to move on and see what else is here at the Expo for you guys at home. Bye-bye.